A passed pawn has no opposing pawn in front of it, or on either adjacent file. The pawns on d5 and h5 are passed pawns. Let's explore different ways to create passed pawns in our games. My pawn is attacking your pawn on c4. You could capture my pawn, but the winning move is to instead advance it, creating a passed pawn. Go ahead and try. Now you have a passed pawn on c5. You can't yet advance your pawn on h4 because I would capture it. First, you should advance your pawn on g3. Now your pawns will work together and overwhelm mine. When you have two pawns versus one, consider advancing the pawn that does not have an opposing pawn in front of it. When you have more pawns in one area of the board than your opponent, you should use this technique to create a passed pawn. You could advance your g-pawn to make it a passed pawn. However, that will give me a passed pawn as well. Instead, take my pawn. Sorry, that wasn't the right move. Let's go back and look again. You could advance your g-pawn to make it a passed pawn. However, that will give me a passed pawn as well. Instead, take my pawn. You now have a passed pawn. You will be able to promote it and win the game. Your pawn is attacked. You could capture my pawn, but advancing your pawn to h5 is much better. Now you have a passed pawn that will promote in just a few more moves. Your 3 pawns outnumber my 2. Push your pawn to a5 to create a passed pawn. Whether I capture or not, you can make a passed pawn. I've captured your pawn. Capture back. Your pawn is passed and will soon promote. You can also sacrifice a pawn to make a passed pawn. Advance the h-pawn to see what I mean. Now I have an unpleasant choice. Allow your pawn on h5 to advance or capture it, allowing your pawn on g5 to advance. I made my choice. You know what to do. Sorry, that wasn't the right move. Let's go back and look again. I made my choice. You know what to do. The game is yours. Your pawn will soon promote. In this position, you can make a passed pawn by advancing your a-pawn. However, my rook would permit me to fight the game to a draw, unless you got rid of my rook first. I have no choice but to capture back. Now this should look familiar. Advance the a-pawn to make a passed pawn. That's it. Now capture my pawn with yours. From here, you will be able to win the game handily after your passed pawn promotes to a queen. You can also create passed pawns by exchanging pieces. In this case, you can capture my knight on b4. I have only one way to recapture the knight. I have regained the piece, but now your pawn is a passed pawn. Sometimes it is possible to sacrifice a piece and create an unstoppable passed pawn. Capture the a6 pawn with your bishop. The 1800s were called the Romantic era of chess. The Romantic masters loved sacrifices like this. I have an extra bishop, but it is unable to stop your b-pawn. Doomed if I do, doomed if I don't. I'll opt for the capture. Your move. Your passed pawn will march to victory. Now that you've got the basics down, let's try a few more positions. Okay, it's your turn. How can you make a passed pawn in this position? A shrewd decision. Rather than exchanging pawns, You've created a passed pawn that cannot be stopped. Find the best move in this position. This move does not create a passed pawn. Advancing a pawn on the other side of the board will. Find the best move in this position. Yes, now you're getting it. What move should you make? This would lead to tragedy. Capture my pawn on h5 instead. What move should you make? Very good. Your passed pawn will soon promote. You have an extra pawn, but which one should you push? Yes, this is the shortest path to victory. I am trying to bring my king into the fray, but there isn't enough time. How should you continue? Sorry, that wasn't the right move. Let's go back and look again. I am trying to bring my king into the fray, but there isn't enough time. How should you continue? Well played. You will make a passed pawn no matter how I respond to this move. I've captured your pawn hoping to eliminate your passed pawn, but your resources are not yet exhausted. Very good. You now have a big advantage as the passed pawn will soon promote. This next position combines several of our techniques for making a passed pawn. Try to find the best move. I will be able to stop you from making a passed pawn here by taking the c-pawn. Try a different pawn advance. This next position combines several of our techniques for making a passed pawn. Try to find the best move. A fine move. I have several options, but no matter how I respond, you will emerge with a passed pawn. I take your pawn. How will you proceed? This is an excellent move and will earn you a passed pawn. Can you find the other winning move? I take your pawn. How will you proceed? Very good, but you have one last decision to make. You can advance your pawn or you can take the b-pawn. Which move is better? You got it. Note that your pawn is closer to promoting than mine, ensuring victory. Here is a challenging one. You must sacrifice a pawn to make a passed pawn, but which one? That won't work, because now there's no way for you to get a passed pawn. Here is a challenging one. You must sacrifice a pawn to make a passed pawn, but which one? Bravo! No matter which pawn I capture, you will make a passed pawn on the next move. I decided to take your b-pawn. How should you proceed? You've got the idea. We both have passed pawns, but you will be able to stop mine with your king while my king is too far away to stop yours. Look for opportunities to make passed pawns when exchanging pieces. For example, I captured your rook assuming that you would recapture with your bishop. Should you? Correct. Now I will have great difficulty stopping this pawn from promoting. There is an opportunity for you to make a passed pawn. Do you see it? That's it. I've captured your bishop. Your turn. As they say, Passed pawns should be pushed. I am going to try to stop your pawn. Congratulations. With your new queen, you have a big advantage. How can you create a passed pawn in this position? That move does not create a passed pawn. Capture a piece instead. How can you create a passed pawn in this position? That's right. I will be behind a whole piece if I do not capture the bishop. Bravo! You've made a protected passed pawn. You have a few options, but only one wins. This does not work because I can just capture the pawn, and my king will approach the pawns before yours can defend. You have a few options, but only one wins. This does not work because I can just capture the pawn, and my king will approach the pawns before yours can defend. You have a few options, but only one wins. Well played. This is an important pattern to remember. No matter which pawn I capture, you will be able to create a passed pawn. I've captured the b-pawn. Be careful with this next choice. You have several options, but only one wins. This creates a passed pawn but loses the game. Immediately after you get your queen, I will get my queen, which will checkmate you. I've captured the b-pawn. Be careful with this next choice. You have several options, but only one wins. This was a tricky one, but you found it. I have to take this pawn, otherwise it will promote. Your turn. You have a passed pawn, but I have two. Who will win the race? Your move. The race is very close. Keep going. Do you see what will happen next? You win the race. Although the race was close, you win because your pawn promoted with check and will be able to stop my pawns just in time. Your turn. Yes, this will create a passed pawn that cannot be stopped. I'll take your pawn. We both have passed pawns, but yours will promote before mine. What's the best move for you in this position? Don't play that move. You can immediately create a passed pawn instead. What's the best move for you in this position? That's right. Now you have a passed pawn that will help you win the game. Your move. Perfect. No matter how I respond, you will end up with a passed pawn. Your move. Your pawn cannot be stopped. I can try to catch it with my king, but I cannot catch your pawn in time. You know what to do. Nicely played. You used a pawn sacrifice to create a passed pawn that I could not stop in time. Your move. This one is tricky. You need to push a pawn first in order to set up the breakthrough. Your move. Yes, by advancing your b-pawn, you are threatening to create a passed pawn that will be too far away for my king to capture. My king is on his way. Your move. A tried and true method. You will make a passed pawn soon, no matter what I do. I've captured your pawn, but surely you anticipated this. Well done. Your passed pawn will soon promote. I'm trying to capture your pawn before it reaches the end of the board. Will I make it there in time? Off to the races. My king approaches. Your move. Oh dear. Your move. Kudos. You've outplayed me in this position. This is a tricky position, but a great illustration of how to break through in these types of pawn formations. Yes, this move forces me to either capture or allow you to take one of my pawns to make a passed pawn. What's your next move? The problem with capturing is that now, no matter what you do, I can prevent you from getting a passed pawn. This is a tricky one. Let's try again, and you can ask for help if you like. What's your next move? Very clever. I could capture either one of your pawns, but no matter what, you will continue with a passed pawn. I have chosen to take your up pawn. Now how should you proceed? Very good. Your pawn will soon promote. It is futile, but I will try to stop you. You've got the idea. Perhaps we will get there in time. There's no time for a king move. Promote your pawn instead. Perhaps we will get there in time. Your queen will be able to take my other pawns and soon checkmate me. I resign. This position is complex, but you can make a passed pawn in 2 moves starting with a piece capture. You've got the right idea, but before you do this, what piece can you capture that would force my pawn on d6 to move? This position is complex, but you can make a passed pawn in 2 moves starting with a piece capture. That does force my pawn on d6 to move. But you had a better way to make this pawn move. Capture my knight with yours instead. Sorry, that wasn't the right move. Let's go back and look again. This position is complex, but you can make a passed pawn in 2 moves starting with a piece capture. Good move. You are taking my knight and threatening my queen. Your move. Good move. Your pawn on d5 is a powerful passed pawn, and it is protected by the pawn on c4. The game is not over, but you have a positional advantage due to your passed pawn. Your move. Good job. The potential passed pawn is a winning advantage, and the queens just complicate the matter. Of course, I can't let you keep your queen. What is your next move? This move can lead to an advantage. However, exchanging the knights first will make your task easier. Of course, I can't let you keep your queen. What is your next move? Good move. I've captured your knight. What's the best move here? Now I am in a familiar dilemma. You will create a passed pawn no matter how I reply. The race is on. That's it. Passed pawns should be pushed. Your turn again. It looks like you're winning this one. Your move. You won the race, and will be able to capture my pawn with your newly minted queen. This one is challenging. A stunning sacrifice. Can you make it worthwhile? Not quite. You have a 2-to-1 pawn majority. Find it and start pushing. Can you make it worthwhile? A masterful combination of moves. I cannot stop you from creating a passed pawn. I've captured your pawn. What is your next move? Bravo! Your passed pawn cannot be stopped. Your pawn will promote, giving you an advantage. This is a tough one, but you can do it. You already have one passed pawn, but you can use one of your pieces to force the creation of another. Brilliant! I cannot prevent you from getting a second passed pawn. Your pawn on h5 cannot be stopped from promoting. This was a difficult lesson. Nice work completing it, Marco. Now you're ready to create passed pawns and promote your way to victory.